Here is something that is of crucial importance for GCSE maths. If you already know it, that's really good. Make sure you do everything you can not to forget this. If you don't already know this, then you really need to put some effort in to memorize this, because it's going to have a knock-on effect on a lot of marks in your test if you don't know this. The good thing is it's really simple principle to learn. What I've got here is something that doesn't really have a name, and they're never specifically going to test you on it. But what will happen is there will be questions that rely on you knowing this, and if you don't know it, you're going to lose quite a big handful of marks. So I'm calling this the fraction rule. It doesn't really have a name, but I needed to give it a label, so I'll just call it the fraction rule. What it's saying is, if you want to find a half of a number, you need to divide it by 2. If you want to find 1/3 of a number, you need to divide it by 3. If you want to find 1/4 of a number, divide it by 4, and so on forever. If you want to find 1/10 of a number, divide it by 10. If you want to find 1/100th of a number, divide it by 100. All right. So those of you that have memorized this and you've seen it in all the kinds of different places it appears, you'll think it's quite an obvious thing. So how can people forget it? I guess the reason is that it doesn't get specifically asked about in the GCSE maths exams. Like, they're never going to give you a test question that says, if I want to find 1/4 of a number, what should I divide it by? Like, they're never going to be that specific about it. And for that reason, a lot of teachers in a lot of schools don't bother telling people about this. That's why there's a lot of people, perfectly clever kids, and nobody's told them this exact principle. But you do need to know this because it comes up within other questions. So there are lots of questions in GCSE maths that rely upon you knowing this. So if your teacher hasn't taught you about this, make sure you save this video, make sure you memorize this.